Hey you, yeah you who clicked on this video. Thanks for giving our channel a shot. And if you will, please do us the honor of watching the video all the way through. Appreciate it. Now onto the video.
Well, you asked for it, so here it is. The top 5 non-woke series of Q2 2022. So, this was a hard one, guys. I'm not going to lie. It was definitely difficult to scrape together 5 non-woke series in this particular quarter of the year. But we did it. So, let's get into it. At number 5, Epix Billy the Kid. Now, this particular series barely skated by, and I do mean by the hair of its chinny chin chin. It barely skated by, and the reason being is because there are certain themes in this particular series that skirt the line between woke and non-woke. Now, that being said, because of the time period that this is set in and the way that these events shape young Billy's descent into crime, I can allow it. And plus, this is my list, so deal with it. Now, that being said, this series is actually pretty good. It involves a lot of historical events, especially surrounding Billy the Kid, aka William H. Bonney. It stars Tom Blythe, and it's just a really interesting take on the historical events surrounding this particular infamous and just frankly huge piece of Americana in the Old West. And it's a fun series. I would have liked to see more action out of it, but that being said, I really did enjoy my time with this. I got sucked in probably halfway through episode 1, and then I just kept watching until it was over. So I definitely recommend this if you are a fan of westerns, if you were ever curious about the character of Billy the Kid, or if you just want to know more about him. I definitely say watch this. All right, so let's move on into number 4. Number 4 is actually, surprisingly enough, yet again, an Amazon original series called Night Sky. Now, what makes this particular series noteworthy, besides the fact that it is a science fiction series, is the fact that this particular series has a really star-studded cast. Like, I was actually really surprised at the level of star power in this. It stars J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek as a retired couple who is dealing with the passing of their son, and they find a portal to another world. I mean, that's the only way that you can really describe it. This series has a bunch of twists and turns, including a crazy death cult. I mean, it's really just a really interesting series. It deals with people getting older. It deals with how relationships, especially married relationships, change over time, and the sci-fi elements are just really awesome. I really enjoyed this. Now, one character that you need to watch out for, this isn't a spoiler, but I do need to inform you of this, and that is the character of Byron. Oh my God, Byron. Oh, if you know, you know. But anyway, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, we are going to be looking at HBO Max's Tokyo Vice. Now, this series I found just fascinating, and I'll tell you why. This is going to be a layered one, but I'm not going to take too much time. But basically, Tokyo Vice is based on a book series of the same name, in which the author is a journalist who journeyed to Tokyo in the late 90s, and his name is Jake Adelstein, and he is actually the main protagonist of this story. And Jake basically is in a situation where he is so fascinated by the Japanese culture that he decides to move there and become a journalist, fully immersing himself in the Japanese culture. And as a result of becoming the first gaijin, or outsider, journalist at the most prestigious paper in the country, he is unwittingly thrown into a situation of intrigue and organized crime, in particular with the Japanese Yakuza. And basically this season, or the first season, is detailing how it started and where it's going. And if you're interested at all in Japanese culture, if you're really interested in just seeing like a fish out of water story, but in the real world, and you really just were fascinated with Japanese Yakuza, I guarantee you will enjoy this series. My wife enjoyed this series. I enjoyed the series. We've done countless videos on this series. So if you have any doubts or any questions about it, look at the channel, look at our previous videos. You will not be disappointed. All right, so let's look at number 2. So number 2, sorry, gotta go back to it. It's an anime, and it is the heavy metal fantasy Bastard. Now, this is basically it's a remake of an older anime of the same name, and this is presented by Netflix. And this series is just crazy. Like, there's no other real way to describe it. It's just insane. And what makes it just really fun in terms of what it's doing is it doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, you're thrust in a fantasy world in which the world has already been destroyed once, and basically the only way to protect the world currently is by resurrecting the evil wizard Dark Schneider. I know it's hokey, but just follow me on this one. So basically a king imprisons Dark Schneider in the body of a young boy, and the only way to summon Dark Schneider is for a pure maiden, aka the young boy's handler, to kiss the young boy in order to release Dark Schneider. And then all of the foolishness ensues. It's got everything that you're looking for in a story that doesn't take itself too seriously. There's violence, there's comedy, there's everything that you're looking for. Basically, think of this show like if Inuyasha didn't take itself so seriously, and you've got Bastard. All right, so let's go to number 1. Now, this one, oh my goodness, I loved this series and am still really enjoying it. I'm actually on my second watch of this, and I can't say enough good things about this, despite the fact that it's coming from FX. I mean, FX has done some good things, but let's be honest, they have also done some woke stuff in the recent past. But we're going to forgive all that, and we're going to talk about this particular series. And it is The Old Man, starring Jeff Bridges. This show is really interesting, especially if you're into spy drama. This show stars Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow, and essentially it is the story of a retired CIA officer who basically went full Lawrence of Arabia during the conflict with the Afghans and the Russians back in the 80s, and he just went full native, and in doing so he basically puts himself in between a prominent resistance leader and his estranged wife, and you are basically seeing the fallout from this person's decisions. And it just goes to show you that, you know, your decisions will come back to bite you in the butt, depending on the decisions that you made. Amy Brenneman is also in this series. And I love Jeff Bridges. I've loved him since Big Lebowski. No, I've loved him since King Kong. Forget all that. And he does not disappoint in this. He is a very charismatic gentleman. He has a very strong sense of chivalry, and yet he will do whatever it takes to get the mission done. And I enjoy him so much. John Lithgow in this series is also just top notch. Like the way that he plays these mental gymnastics with his opponents, the way that he is just on it. Like, even though he's an older gentleman, he is so sharp in this particular series. And like I said, if you like slow burns, if you like spy drama, if you like series that, you know, just really make you think, The Old Man is definitely for you. I say watch this. Even if you're not a fan of those types of genres, watch it anyway. It's that good. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this list. Let me know what you guys thought about the list in the comments section. Let me know if there's anything I missed from quarter 2 of this year. Remember, quarter 2 is technically from April to June. And, you know, just leave a like, and we'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace. Want to give a big 8-Bit Heroes welcome to our newest subscribers. That would be Renegade 16, Nautical Works, Scotty 757, Joshua Hosmer, Stephen W, Hyosong Loam, Lico London, and Cassie Galt. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Welcome to the 8-Bit Heroes family. Thanks for subscribing.
If you'd like to get a shout out on the channel, then hit that like button, maybe share it with a couple of friends, and do us the biggest honor of all, and subscribe to the channel so you can join the 8-Bit Heroes family. And while you're at it, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when our new videos come out.